2024 was a spectacular year for historical movies, with Gladiator 2 being a commercial success for the genre and The Promised Land being a critical win for international historical films. And 2025 seems set to accelerate this growing trend of high budget and high quality historical movies. And in this video, I will give you my recommendations of the top 5 historical movies getting released in 2025 and beyond. But before we begin, don't forget, if you love anything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel, History Spark. At number 5, it is Alto Knights, a historical drama which will take us back to mafia life in the 1950s. And this movie will depict the story of two of the mafia's most important and well-known early members, Frank Costello and Vito Genovese. I love anything to do with the mafia, and I find the whole culture to be very fascinating, and my optimism for this film is super high because Alto Knights will star Robert De Niro as not only Frank Costello but Vito Genovese as well, so a dual role for him in this upcoming film. This movie will also star Cosmo Jarvis as Vincent Gigante and Catherine Narducci as Anna Genovese, both of whom are excellent actors in their own right and a great addition to any film. This film also has a budget of over 45 million, so it is safe to say that the set pieces, costume design and overall production value of this film should be excellent as well. This film is set for a worldwide cinema release on March 21st, 2025, so be sure to check out Alto Knights when it gets released to a cinema near you in just a couple of months' time. At number 4, it is Chava, which is an upcoming historical film that will take us back to the late medieval period of India, and it tells the story of Sambhaji, the Maratha emperor, and his rebellion against the powerful Mughal emperor Aurangzeb and the Mughal army. This film will star Vicky Kaushal as Sambhaji and Akshay Khanna as Aurangzeb, both of whom are veterans of the Bollywood industry, so it is safe to assume that the acting here should be stellar. And based off what I can tell from the trailers of this film, Chava will be a bloody and brutal film with lots of battles and some excellent cinematography. However, Bollywood has a habit of poorly fleshing out the enemies of the Marathas as anything more than generic, over-the-top and extremely evil invaders, so I'm hoping Chava will be able to break this trend and give us some truly great characters from both the Maratha and the Mughal sides. But I can't wait to watch this upcoming historical film Chava when it gets released worldwide on February 14 of 2025. At number 3, it is the upcoming Peaky Blinders movie, which will be the conclusion to the hit TV series based around Tommy Shelby and his crew of misfits, who are a powerful force within Birmingham and the surrounding areas. This upcoming historical movie has been confirmed to be about 2 hours in length, and the Peaky Blinders will take the Shelby family into the backdrop of World War II, and we may find Tommy Shelby politically fighting against fascism in Parliament, and the newer, younger Shelby generations perhaps being out on the front lines. There is very little concrete information about the Peaky Blinders film outside the fact it will be set in World War II, and that Cillian Murphy and Paul Anderson have agreed to reprise their roles for this upcoming film. But I trust Steve Knight to do a great job of bringing the final end of the Shelby story to our screens in a spectacular fashion, and I can't wait to watch the Peaky Blinders movie when it gets released at some point in 2025. At number 2, it is The Conquest, William the Conqueror, which is an upcoming historical film dedicated to the legendary monarch's life, and I've already created a video giving an in-depth look at everything we know about this new William the Conqueror movie, and there'll be a link to that video in the description below if you want to check it out. But The Conquest is being directed by Solomon J. LaFleur, and he has stated that he's looking to make this film as historically accurate as possible, which is a refreshing thing to hear in this day and age. There are no confirmed castings for this film as of yet, but there are rumors that Tom Hiddleston and Christian Haydenson are being eyed to play the lead roles in this upcoming historical drama. I personally feel that William the Conqueror is one of the most overlooked historical figures from medieval history. I, for one, am glad to see someone finally stepping up to make a film based around his life and conquests. And the top spot on this list goes to Ghost of Tsushima, an upcoming historical fantasy movie based off of the hit PlayStation exclusive game of the same name. and the basic premise of the story goes as follows. A samurai named Jin Sakai is one of the last surviving members of his clan as they go to battle against the invading Mongol forces when they arrive on the Japanese island of Tsushima. And the rest of the story is pretty much based around the actions Jin decides to take to help get rid of the Mongol threat from Tsushima and avenge his fallen comrades. We have very little confirmed information about the Ghost of Tsushima movie at the moment. All we know so far is that Chad Stahelski, the director of the John Wick films, has been brought on board to direct this upcoming historical film, and that Sony will be producing this movie, and that the script for this movie is also complete as well. Hopefully we'll find out more about this upcoming film over the next couple of months, and I'll be sure to keep everyone updated as I find out more about the Ghost of Tsushima, one of the potentially best medieval movies getting released in the near future. So let me know in the comments down below if you agree with my list of the top 5 upcoming historical movies of 2025, and if there are any other excellent movies I may have missed out on. And if you want to stay up to date with everything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel History Spark, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.